This is Nick Baisley with FilmSnobbery, and I am here tonight with...
Livia De Paolis.
And you're the director and actress in EMOTICON.
Yes.
Are you excited? You're going to be here at Dances with Films, and you've got... is this your premiere?
This is the world premiere. I could not be more excited.
I think I want to concentrate on the idea of sharing, that an experience doesn't really satisfy us until we share it with one another.
I like that.
Hey, rock star, get ready for tonight.
Walter has a new lady friend.
I hope you mean girlfriend, because lady friend sounds retarded.
Well, she's more than the last one, so that makes her a lady friend.
Gross.
Why did you adopt them so close to each other?
It's an adoption thing. It's very tricky. We were just covering all our bases.
Have you ever thought about having your own babies?
It's important to me that you all get along.
I don't understand why you want to study modern forms of communication when you can't even communicate with me the old-fashioned way.
I think I want to go to Mexico.
We're your family. And you're from New York.
I can take you. I don't know how to say this, so I'm just gonna say it. I'm pregnant.
Listen to your mother.
I will.
What's the shortest distance between 2 points?
A straight line.
No, there's a better way, huh? That's the shortest distance.
Well, for those who can't be here, tell us a little bit about the flick.
So it's a story of a woman. It's a family drama. It's not a comedy. It's a story of a woman who's dating a much older man that has two adopted kids, a boy of 14 and a Mexican girl of 15. And it is, it's kind of a love story between the woman and the kids.
And what made you want to make this movie? Was it anything personal that kind of in your own life that kind of came into play?
Well, I did date an older man that had two adopted kids. So, and when we, me and my co-writer Sarah Naboso, we decided to write this, I had just broken up and I was trying to process, because it was kind of traumatic for me, as you know, breakups can be or are, and so it was kind of like, but so she came up to me and she's like, oh, we should write something together, and I was like, oh, well, we can write, I have an idea for a short film, or I have several ideas for feature films. We can try, to write a theater piece, but she was like, no, let's write a feature. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, let's write a feature. And I thought, because I had just come out of this relationship, I thought it was so interesting that I was living with these people, not living together, but spending time with these kids and with this man, and nobody was blood related. So it was like a strange kind of family unit to that, where everybody, I happen to think, I'm like, nobody here is really connected that way, but we're all kind of connected in another way. And so, and also, I'm really fascinated with teenagers. I love them. I think they're really cool. and I had I'm
sure they're very fascinated with you as well.
Right. Right. I thought that was kind of cute, like an interesting point, where, you date somebody and you have this you have this relationship with these kids, and you're closer in age to the kids than to the actual father. Mm-hmm. So there were times in which I would feel more like another adopted kid in this scenario, and then there were times in which I would feel more motherly. It was a strange position for me to be in. And so sometimes I would get very complicit with the kids, and sometimes I would get more like, oh no, I need to be the responsible one here. So
Occasionally authoritative.
yeah, occasionally. Okay, not really, but yeah.
But is it also the movie a story about the way people communicate together? I mean, in terms of like with technology and what, how would you kind of put that part?
Well, I thought you can't talk about teenagers without they're constantly connected. Like that's they. I mean, I observed that they were so. Computer savvy. They were so good with everything. I remember once I had to do like a little, this is in real life, I had to do a little, like just a simple slideshow for like a little installation that I was doing, like an art installation that I was doing in New York. And I didn't know how to do it. Like, and the kid, like 15-year-old kid is like, Livia, come on, this is how you do it. And he did it in like 3 seconds. It was so humiliating. Like I felt so, I was like, oh God, I really need to get it together. Anyway, so that's why I was like, well, if we're talking about kids, I mean, if the characters are going to be teenagers, they're going to be on Facebook. They're going to be, they're going to be texting each other, and they're going to be videotaping each other and sending each other videos. And it's so interesting when because of technology, kids can be so creative. And so they're constantly doing stuff. They're like making songs, they're like, I mean, those kids were so
But also, as being the actress and the director as well, did that mean that you also kind of had to learn how they communicate that way so you can do it authentically on camera?
Oh, that's a question. I don't know. I spend a lot of time on Facebook myself.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't really think about it that much. I just thought, I think we all know how to do that. We're doing it so much that it's a thing that we do. And that also got me to think like, oh, why are we all doing this? Why am I so, eager to check?
Because before you had to lie to people to their face. So now, now you have that wall.
Right, you have that wall. But I actually believe, and this is like, this is a different approach. I have a very positive approach to technology because I live abroad. And and I moved abroad from where I was brought up, and then I spent 10 years in New York, and now I live in Los Angeles. And I really do connect with the people in my life. This is really like a slogan, but to me, I really do feel like I have an interaction online, and therefore I don't see it as a wall. I see it as a portal.
And, it's funny though. I mean, I think that's a really good answer, by the way. I like that.
It just came to me.
But you have that one thing I feel you don't have anymore. Because I'm the same as you. I'm actually from the East Coast, and I travel a lot, and I have a lot of friends in a lot of different places. And yes, technology is great for us to be able to stay in contact. But one thing I feel that removes though is when you finally do see that person face to face again, there's nothing to talk about because you already know what you're talking about.
Everything. You know everything. You're like, you laugh. You're like, oh yeah, and I saw that. It's true. Yeah. It's true. It's like telling the story. It's redefining the way we tell stories, I guess, to each other.
What I'm getting from the vibe from you is that you are an artist of some sort, and we haven't gotten into your background very much. But what got you into filmmaking?
Oh, craziness and madness.
You must be crazy to make movies, especially these days, because there's no money in it. No.
It's crazy. Well, my friend Sarah asked me to write this, to write something together, and she was the crazy one to be like, oh, let's write a feature film. And I went along. I'm like, oh yeah, let's write a feature film, as if, that's a thing to do. And then we didn't do anything for about a year, and then I called her back. Well, I was an actress, and I was in theater. I was like a performer. So I would work in the experimental theater scene in New York, and then eventually I would do like straight plays, and that is what I was doing. And I think I had in the back of my mind that maybe some days I would like to make a movie, but I guess everybody has it. Then maybe someday they were like, I don't know. Like, so we started writing the script, and then eventually I was like, oh, I really want to do this. And then I came to LA like in the summer of 2010 with like 60 pages of the script, and I was like, okay, I want to make a movie. I'm gonna go to LA to figure it out. And then I took some classes at Film Independent. They offer this like
workshops and stuff.
Yeah. I took some of those classes that were really helpful, to the point. They're very good, and I was like, oh, this is. And then I formed an LLC, and I started raising some money, and I did it the way it's done. I just decided to do it, and I did it.
And you want to do it again?
Absolutely.
It's catchy, isn't it?
Absolutely. I want to do it again as soon as possible. I'm making a short film, so that's easier because I want to do it again. So
nice. And have you had any sort of audience response? I know this is your world premiere at Dances with Films, but have you had any audience response, whether it's cast and crew screenings or anything like that, or is this going to be your first time seeing this film play in front of people, and what are your expectations?
Oh my God. No, I just had screenings, and like, I'm just having like a panic attack. I just had screenings in my apartment, and they were like at different stages and with friends. So I look forward to see it on a big screen, and I look forward to share it with other people. I know that like women are gonna like it. Like, I know for a fact that women are gonna like it. So.
Will I like it?
I don't know. I hope so. I don't know. It's very random. Like, it's very random that women are gonna like it for sure.
Totally.
The Latino community has been very responsive, and it's strange because this isn't a Latino movie. There are some elements, but it's a very inclusive of everybody kind of movie, and so that community, it's been very welcoming.
Great.
And then you have, the head of my executive producer, who came on board, later on, who has this post-production house, and he read the script, saw a really rough cut, and loved it, and came in as an investor. I would have never thought that a man like him would be so passionate about this movie. So I don't know. Maybe you could be the one.
Maybe, I don't know. The concept is really interesting to me because even where I am age-wise, I've done online dating, and I have friends with kids now, and I'm not necessarily dating older or younger, but I can understand how people communicate now, and how trying to also integrate yourself into the lives of someone who, like you said, are not connected by blood, but rather chosen by each other, which I think is also something that's interesting. It's so maybe I will like it. Maybe.
You will like it. I think you'll like it.
So what made you want to choose Dances with Films as a festival to submit to, as opposed to, the thousands of others that are around the world?
I think I really wanted to, well, this is going to be very honest, I wanted to screen in Los Angeles. Also, this is a truly independent film, and so I wanted to be with a film festival that would support truly independent films.
Fantastic.
And that's what I do. So
you're going to be screening at Dances with Films. When? Tell everyone real quick exactly when and where that's going to be.
Most important, June 5th at 7:15 at the Chinese Theater. Please come.
Everyone come, because it actually looks like a really fun movie, despite the fact that, like you say, it's a drama, but it sounds like that's something that's very relatable. So I'm really excited to see it.
Everybody's going to relate. I agree. I guarantee. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful to them. So,
well, thank you very much. I want to thank you for coming in and talking with us, and congratulations on the world premiere as well. I mean, you got your world premiere in Hollywood, in Los Angeles, at the Grauman's Chinese Theater. I mean, you really can't ask for more than that, unless like Spielberg shows up. I mean, that's. So I want to say thank you for coming in, and I appreciate you coming to talk with us.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
Thank you.